This story is entitled Vehicles I Have Owned, number 2. A 1960 Ford Anglia 105E with the registration number 803BOL. Following on from my Honda C50 and its engine donation to a go-kart, my mind firmly favoured four wheels over two, and though I was still only 15 years of age, I had a few quid in the bank, earned from the occasional drumming gig and more regular spot the ball round, the things we did as kids for money back in 1979 to 80. For years, I'd been surveying the classified advertisement section of the Birmingham Evening Mail, a place where local bands advertised for musicians. Yes, but more to the point, where a great many cars, bikes and commercials were offered for sale. Classified ads section 41, cars for sale, was a place of dreams and probably a few nightmares too. The general rule of thumb was decent cars appeared in adverts commencing with their manufacturer's name. For example, Hillman Hunter, Datsun Cherry, Austin Allegro, etc. You get the picture. But the magical, beguiling block of crafted prose set to entice financially stunted Herberts, such as me, began with the letter B, because B is for bargain. A couple of years later, in motor vehicle management studies at Technical College, I was to learn that a bargain is what one thinks one is getting, rather than what one is actually getting. But for now, that block of bargain ads contained the stuff of dreams, and at my kind of prices too. Bargain, Ford Anglia, 1960, MOT expired, £25 or nearest offer. I might as well have posted the cash there and then. It was the first car I ever went to look at with a view to purchasing, and it took me about 5 seconds flat to agree to buying this beauty. In fetching shades of blue, brush painted by hand, its deteriorating interior covered with very fetching leopard print fun fur seat and steering wheel covers. Its RO-style wheels clad with aging remould tyres. "Does it run?" I asked. No," said the vendor. "I'll have it." That was more or less how the negotiations went, and so I handed over the full £25 as my neighbour, Tony Hicks, who had come along to offer his vast mechanical experience and knowledge, was left entirely nutmegged and faced with the task of transporting the utter crock back to my house and explaining it to my mother. I didn't care. It was my car, and I sat in it as it almost audibly continued to rot around me. Imagining journeys to come, me looking cool behind the wheel, elbow resting on the open window aperture, New Wave Classics blasting from the tiny speaker. The windscreen wipers worked, for a while, until the battery died. And as I hadn't the means of charging it, this was the dying twitch of that little Anglia. Back to the classified ads in the Evening Mail. This time, the Cars Wanted section. It was here that local scrap dealers offered £10 minimum for any scrap car. I made the call. A time and date was arranged, and at the allotted time, the scrap man's wagon showed up. "I can't give you any money for that, but I'll take it away for free," the scrap man said. Feeling that I might have swerved an expensive removal fee, I agreed, and with this second example of my negotiating skills, I watched as the diminutive Ford was dragged away up Royal Road, Sutton Coldfield, rust cascading, never to be seen again.